This is the Mike Errico Podcast. I'm Mike Errico, episode 6. An interview hijacked by two lovely dogs in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. The dogs belonging to Jeff Hill, bassist on Wander Away. Beautiful dogs. Wow, that was fun. Jeff was fun. Jeff was fun in and out of the studio. I want to get to it right now. Jeff Hill. Enjoy.
I'm just going to start recording.
Oh, you are such the best dog. You're the best damn dog. You're the best damn dog. I am sitting here with Shorty, which is one of Jeff Hill's two dogs.
Shorty's a people person.
Shorty's a people person.
He likes to be next to a person all the time.
Yeah, I'm trying to get on the microphone, but he's like kind of annoyed. He's like, no.
Goose is more aloof. She likes to lay down on the floor far away.
Yeah. Goose is a beautiful, what, black lab?
Black Lab, Newfoundland mix.
Oh.
And we rescued both of them.
Oh, really?
One from North Shore. And then he came from Tennessee via Pet Finder.
You're like a country dog. So, yes, you are a country dog.
He's solely in heaven over there.
Yeah, this is a good damn dog right here. What is it about dogs? I mean, you have two dogs. How does that go for you in the apartment?
Well, that's why I'm moving.
It's worth it though, right?
Yeah, they're great.
There's so many dogs in my neighborhood. Oh my god, I just attack them like every time.
You should
right,
get a dog. Maybe you need a dog.
I need a dog for real, but my building won't have them.
Oh, really?
It's no dogs allowed.
Yeah.
Remember that song?
That's
Do you know that song? Okay, so I'm gonna try not to be distracted by this awesome dog that's falling off the couch. What got you into bass? How did you start on that instrument?
Oh, that's a good question. Searching the caverns of my mind right now to find out what was the original inspiration. Actually, my grandfather had a guitar, a nylon string guitar, and I used to visit him, and I'd always play the low strings of the nylon. So I was always interested in that low end of the guitar.
How did you start with your education in it? Did you like take lessons or go to school?
There was a classical bassist that lived in my town named Gary Carr. I don't know if you've heard of him. Mm-hmm. He's pretty famous. I think Kusevitsky's widow gave him Kusevitsky's bass because they had identical hands. There was some weird thing. They had the hands x-rayed, and they have the same exact hand. So she thought he was somehow the embodiment of her husband. So she gave him this priceless Amati bass.
Wow.
And he'd give me tickets to all his concerts, and I ended up doing yard work for him. So he gave me a job. Oh
my god!
And then
it's like wax on, wax off.
He never really gave me lessons because he was like so far advanced, and I was really. I think I didn't even start playing upright bass when I first knew him.
How was the yard? What kind of yard work?
He lived on a giant mountain. And he
oh no.
I mean, and he wanted me to cut down all the underbrush, like everything that was under, like 3 inches in diameter. He wanted gone, and so I did a lot of like cutting of small trees, and I had a thing about cutting all these trees. I didn't really want to cut them all. I thought it was beautiful with the trees.
He disagreed with the
boss. He disagreed, so I kind of would cut most of them, and I'd leave some of them, and he'd always be like, "No, you have to cut them all."
You're like, you don't understand. It looks so much better this way.
Yeah, he had a beautiful house too, and
oh, bless you.
And he collected clowns with playing upright bass.
Clowns that play bass.
He had thousands of little figurines with clowns playing upright bass. Because he was a bit of a clown himself. Like when he played, it was very entertaining. He would make funny faces and like do funny little,
Wait, like Victor Borga, that kind of thing?
A little bit. It was a little, it was a little campy, but it was also very, it was like he's playing incredible, like impossible lines, but he's like, hamming it up. It was funny because he's playing bass. He thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Bass could be humorous.
Yeah.
That's so Smothers Brothers, like
right,
that,
of course. Yeah. So then how did you get in at that point? How did you sort of break into this being, your life, a job, a career?
Well, I started playing professionally early. Like I was in a band before I could drive. I was 14, 15. So I was always the youngest guy playing with a bunch of older guys. And we had steady gigs and played all sorts of.
But was there a genre that you went with, or were you just whatever was common?
I was also in the high school jazz band, so I kind of liked everything, but I sang a lot, and then I went to Berklee College of Music, and there was some scholarship money involved, so I got out of town.
So I want to get to Wander Away. Mm-hmm. One thing that I really noticed in some of these tracks, especially 1,000 Miles, I think, I just remember quietly connecting eyes with Ken while you were playing, and both of our eyes were just like got really wide open because you were just killing it. It was such a cool moment, and that's like I think one of the great performances on that record. The bass you used is right up here.
Yeah,
it's a pretty special instrument. Yeah,
that's a 1951 P bass, and it's actually the serial number is really early. It's 0145, which is like the blues bass.
What do you mean?
145. Oh. And so it's like one of the first electric basses ever made.
Right.
One of the first couple hundred, at least.
There was also some of the parts that you came up with, particularly in Next Time. And in On the Other Side, which was upright. Mm-hmm. Those are just they're just something that I would point out to someone who's listening to the record. I would definitely go like, check this out, or check that moment out, or because they were really beautiful. They're really just beautiful moments.
Thanks.
I had always wanted to have you on my stuff, and you added something to it that is just beyond what I could have asked for, and
Thank you for having me. That's
super psyched that you're on it, and
record sounds fantastic.
I think it came out pretty well.
Ken did an amazing job.
Ken's crazy. Yeah,
everybody played great. It was a fun time.
Yeah, it was super cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Pretty polite ending for such a nonsensical interview with clowns playing cellos and dogs sneezing and all the rest of it. But that's the sauce you get with Jeff Hill. Great guy, great player. There's no other place for me to go on this podcast except for our duet on Wander Away. This is the Tom Waits classic, Johnsburg, Illinois. And Jeff just being telepathic, which is just what he does, and me trying to get through it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. Enjoy this. I'm gonna sign off here because there's really nowhere to go after the end of this song, so skip it. My site is errico.com. I'm out there playing shows. Come on down. I'd love to see you. This is Johnsburg, Illinois. I'm Mike Errico. Be well. She's my only true love. She's all that I think of. Look here in my wallet, that's her. grew up on a farm there. There's a place on my arm where I've written her name next to mine. You see, I just can't live without her, and I'm her only boy. She grew up outside McHenry in Johnsburg.